Welcome back to my channel once again. As always, it's your favorite cine here with Cinematographer, and thank you for stopping by. Please, if you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're returning, again, I'll only settle for a like or a comment or both if you're feeling frisky. Today is day 6 of my Vlogmas, and today we're doing tips. All right, I want to talk about a couple of tips that I have. Right, mainly because, as you would know by now, the December season has started, and with that being said, there's a few things that we kind of need to go over, right? This is for my shooters. If you're a videographer, cine as well, a photographer, all of that, right? Couple of tips, right? First things first, as it is the December season, if you're on this side of the equator, it also means that it is indeed summertime, like peak summer. So let's go over a couple of tips to make this a fun experience for all of us, right? First tip: hydration and sunscreen. Guys, unless you're doing all indoor venues, the sun is not playing around, okay? And it's not playing around with your equipment either, okay? So if that's the case, please stay hydrated, get your electrolytes up. I'm talking, make sure you have water packed. If you have water packed, add a Powerade or Energy there, whichever one sponsors me first. I'll only mention that one. But yes, get your Powerade, get your water. Guys, it is insane. You will be dehydrated, and you guys already know, if you do this kind of work or you're in this kind of type of career that we are in, you're gonna be walking all over the place, especially if you're shooting an event. Like, you're damn near gonna be walking kilometers, dude. I remember there was a time after a shoot, right? I think it was an event. Funny enough, I think it was an event I shot 2 weeks ago, and I remember looking at my step counter, right? And I think I'd done probably about like 10,000 steps or more. I can't remember. And a time before that, I was shooting the golf tournament, the Mohokala golf tournament, I think sometime in November. And I cap you not, I'd walked about 8 to 10 kilometers just doing those laps, because also, I mean, the freaking golf course is big as hell, right? It's about 18 holes, I believe. So yes, guys, hydration is key, and most importantly, protect yourself. I'm talking, get a cap. I usually have sleeves on when I go to shoots outside, because I'm not trying to have sunburned arms or anything like that, which already I'm a bit of a top deck already, if you can see. I don't know if you can, but yes, guys, get your sun protection on. Don't forget the sunscreen. It is highly important. I'm not trying to have dudes dying on me in January or coming through into 2025 like they just came from a war, okay? Again, this is still a lot of fun. Like, this work that you do is fun, but it is only fun if you have the necessary systems in place to keep it that way. Otherwise, it's gonna take a crazy toll on you. Tip number two, again, it's summer, it's hot, right? Two things. One, try by all means to protect your equipment. If it means taking a break, if it means finding a shaded area where you chill for a few minutes and all that, try to do that. Guys, your equipment will get hot as hell. I was shooting last week, and I remember I had to probably stop for about 30 minutes because everything was hot. Also, unfortunately, I couldn't get good parking, so everything that was in the car was really hot as well. So try by all means to find either a shaded place to park or have your things, or try to get some shade as much as possible, because the other thing is, you don't want to lose or have any damage to your equipment while you're shooting, because ultimately then that just makes that entire gig completely redundant, because now you're going to be spending on repairs, or you won't be able to actually deliver the actual work, right? So that's tip number 2, find the shade. Now, tip number 3. And tip number 3 is there's a lot to say here, right? It's not necessarily controversial, but everybody has their own different beliefs with this particular tip that I'm about to give, especially because, we're artists, guys, we're kind of free spirits. But hear me out. Don't get lit at a job. I'm going to say that again. Do not get lit at the job. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm particularly strict or anything of that sort, right? But because it is indeed December and it is the festive season, Your clients are going to be feeling very happy and jolly and all of these crazy things, right? But try by all means deny all offers for alcohol when you're shooting for two reasons. One, they're not doing the laps that you're doing. So you're going to get very, very, very dehydrated if you're going to be drinking and still working at the same time. Even if you're some sort of tank or machine or anything of that sort, you will get very dehydrated. And the last thing you want to do is to be unable to complete your job because you got super dehydrated and you passed out or fainted or anything of that sort, right? That's the first reason. The second reason is, in the event that something does go wrong, say again because it's hot, your camera overheats or your laptop gets fried somehow, right? And a couple of days after the shoot, you have to deliver the sad news to the client that, hey man, yeah, so remember that 8-hour thing that we were shooting or that 16-hour thing that we were doing? Yeah, the footage kind of got corrupted because this, that, and the third. They're not gonna buy it. And even if they want to, you know what they're going to blame? The alcohol. I promise you guys, don't do it. Now, hey, listen, I haven't had personal experience, but it's probably my own irrational fear. But the last thing that I want is to have a drink at a job, where especially if it's like an event, because events, everybody's like energy is high, everybody's feeling really happy and jolly and wanna feel very accommodating and all of those things. Do not drink on the job, because my biggest fear is something goes wrong and maybe I had a drink or a sip even, and then the client comes through and they're like, yeah, no, well, you see, you were drinking at the thing, you were drinking at the job, so yeah, now you're telling me stories about cameras and the cards being corrupted. Don't do it. Just avoid that stress. If they are indeed feeling very, very, very generous, just tell them you'll have it at the end of the gig. So usually what I would do is, if I'm at an event or if I've been invited to an event or if I'm shooting an event, right, I will work that entire time, work the whole clock, right? This is assuming it's not like a 24-hour thing, like overnight, whatever, right? I will work the whole event, finish, right? Let the client know that I'm off the clock because whatever time that they might have paid for is officially done. If let's say it's 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. I'll take the gear home. I will store all the footage safely. And then I'll go back. Sometimes I actually don't even go back. But if I genuinely do really want to, then I'll go back. But at least then there's been a clear line drawn. But yes, guys, those are my 3 tips for this December for all my content creators, videographers, photographers out there. Just those 3 tips, and guys, let's have an amazing, amazing, amazing December. This has been day 6 of Vlogmas. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying here. But anyway, guys, see you guys on day 7. As always, it's been your favorite Cindy here, Cinematographer. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time.